up there, but let's start. For anybody that comes in late, I would say start watching this from the beginning, because the warm-ups that I do are really important. If you don't do the warm-ups and you've never done vacuums before, then you're going to find it very hard. You're probably not going to get the sensations that you need. So if you're coming in late, I would suggest start watching it from the beginning. When you enter the recording, start watching it from the beginning, or wait till it's done, which is in 20 minutes, then you can start watching it. Anyway, as you guys know, it will be on YouTube as well. I will upload this, which is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to set the time. And today, like I told you guys, you get a book, a heavy book, or any object that's not a weight. A weight is that's just going a little bit too far, but it needs to have like a little bit of space, a little bit of let's see. For instance, this seems like a good one. Right, there's another one. This one, this is good because it's heavy, it's got weight to it, but it's not too big either. Like if it's a broad book, it's not going to really serve you. So it's something with something that's broad. A yoga block is perfect. I find it a little bit light, especially when you start really expanding your chest, because this is for the chest. This is actually going to help you liberate the chest area. Normally what I do, also if you're the girls, guys, if you have daughters or maybe a girlfriend or a friend that you can borrow a clip from and you have enough hair, or just you have to tap on your head, because for me to tap on my head I prefer to, because the postures really are very specific. It's very specific because that's how they get to do what they get to do. That's how you get the results. So what I do is I just chuck a clip, because this is where the crown of my head is, so I just put a clip there so that I can notice there's something there, and the whole time I'm going to push up towards that clip. So it's not for niceness, it's for training. It's a personal trick that I have. Okay, so the book, we're going to do it on our backs. So I'm going to ask you to lie down. I hope you guys can hear me. So you're not going to be able to see my feet, but you're going to just have to listen. I don't know if you can see my feet, because afterwards it's a little bit different. But, so the book goes on your chest. The one important thing that you need to keep into account, you can put it any way you like, as long as it's stable and it's stuck on your chest. One very important thing that you need to do, and you need to know in this practice, is to constantly push up through the crown of your head, and also, maybe turn that way, that's good. Also, is to always respect the curvature of your lower back. So if you're lying down, we're not doing abdominal exercises that you're pushing your back straight into the floor. On the contrary, what we're trying to do here is actually create space, and my trick is I just kind of wiggle my hips, and then I can put my hand in here. As soon as you can put your hand in there, you're fine. If you can't put your hand in there and it's not natural for you to have a curvature, put a towel down there. But you need to create a little bit of space, because it opens your rib cage. Okay, so these little wings here, what I call your wings. Okay, from the floating ribs you won't notice it, but just as soon as your sternum separates from there, that lifts up as soon as you create space in your lower back. Okay, the other thing is you need to have your feet flexed. So pull your toes towards your knees and have your feet hip width apart and your knees in the same hip width apart, and the toes and knees in the same direction, so they're facing forward. If you don't know what your hip width are, put your hand like this, look up, and it's more or less your knees are here, okay? So easy and quick way of doing it, so we're not going to get into too many details right now. I'm starting the clock, so we're going to start. We're not going to wait anymore. I want you to put the book on your chest, and the whole time you're looking up to the ceiling. Okay, I'm going to indicate exactly what you need to do. You're going to look up to the ceiling, so I don't want your head to be going to the wall. I want you to push the crown of your head to the wall, so your chin is going to come down a little bit, but you're not going to squish either. Okay? And from here, all I want you to do is put your hands on your rib cage so that you can feel what's happening. In the beginning, this is very important because we're still learning to breathe right and to open the rib cage. And the book that's resting here, you're going to see it in your peripheral vision, right? So we're going to breathe in 4 counts and hold it for a second, just as we did yesterday and the day before. This is the normal practice. When you get to month 2, the breathing changes. But in the beginning, this is the normal kind of breathing. Unless I have you as a personal client and I know you're breathing and I know I can expand on you. For now, because I don't know if you guys, what you're capable of, except for my clients that's on here already, my existing or my previous clients. So I would just suggest stick with the 4 breaths in and extremely slow breaths out. Okay, if you can't carry on, if you can't keep up with my rhythm, then just try. But don't try and force it. That's the secret. Okay, let's breathe in and really try and expand to the full max. You're going to want to actually lift up to get more air in, and then get a little bit more in, and you should see the book rise. And then drop your jaw. Remember, we open our jaw like as if you're saying the letter A. And then hold it. Don't breathe in yet. Relax your abdomen. Breathe in. Full capacity, full capacity. Hold it. And breathe out slow. Feel how your rib cage is moving, and breathe in and hold it, and then slowly breathe out. Remember to flex your feet. Remember to pull your toes up towards your knees, and then breathe in and then hold it. Drop your jaw. Now we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to ask you to dig your heels into the floor. Careful that you don't pull them towards you. So it's not an action of the hamstrings activating. On the contrary, this is actually where you're just trying to put pressure on your legs by pushing down, as if you're going to actually push your hips up, but you're not doing it. Okay, we're not pushing our hips up. You're just creating a lot of force in your legs as much as you can without having your hips lift up and relaxing your midsection. So you're still flexing your feet and you're digging them into the floor. Pushing your head to the wall opposite you, looking up at the ceiling, and we're going to do the same thing. Breathe in. Keep pressing those heels down. Drop your jaw. And breathe in. Really expand your chest. And drop your jaw. Feel how your ribs are closing. And breathe in again. Full capacity, full capacity. Feel that pressure in your chest. You're trying to lift your chest up with air. And you're seeing that book move. And breathe out. Press those heels down. One more time. Breathe in. See that book move? Try and lift that book a little bit more. And then breathe out. And then hold. Close the airways. Relax the abdomen. And open your rib cage. breathe in and out. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, close the airways, relax the abdomen, open the rib cage, and with your hands, you're going to try and help yourself a little bit. So you're going to open it a little bit more. So this is a specific posture that we are in. You're still digging your heels in. You're still flexing your feet, which is very important. That's working the bottom diaphragm. We have two diaphragms. We have the peroneal diaphragm and we have the upper, the lung diaphragm. Right, that's the most important one. That's the muscle. But what we're doing is we're connecting the dots, as you so to speak. So you want to dig your heels and you want to flex your feet. You want to really activate your legs by pushing them down vertically into the floor. And then we're working the upper diaphragm, and that way, flexing your feet and digging them into the floor is activating and it's connecting these two. Right? Let's do that again. And try and push up that book. And when you open the rib cage with the no air, try and push the book up as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm asking you right now. You're going to open your rib cage and you're going to push that book up at the same time while you don't have any air. Okay? Let's try that. And breathe in. Full capacity. Push the book up, push it up. Drop your jaw and ease the air out. Very slow. Another one, breathe in. And drop the jaw. Now close the airways, relax the abdomen, open the chest and push the book up and help with your hands. And breathe out. And breathe in again. Full capacity. And ease the air out. Another one. Breathe in. Dig your heels in. Flex your feet. And ease the air out. Let's go for another one. Close the airways. Relax the abdomen. Open the rib cage, push the book up and help with your hands. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And as you breathe out, take the book off. Put it to your side. And we're going to do something different. We're going to do the same breathing technique. Now you're used to it, you've warmed up and you have liberated some of your chest, some of your ribs, right? We're going to do the same thing, exactly the same. Going to breathe into absolute maximum. And you're going to feel a little bit, well, if you're sensitive to these kind of things, you're going to feel a little bit of a difference. It's a lot easier to, it feels like you're getting more air in, okay? Then you're going to breathe out super slow and controlled. Relax the abdomen, open the rib cage, and try and press your chest up the whole time towards the ceiling. So you're trying to get the sternum to the ceiling. And then we're going to massage, the same that we did yesterday. Yesterday, we were actually digging our fingers in. You were trying to get to the back of the rib cage. What we're going to do is do a vacuum and you're going to massage. So you're going to feel where your sternum is right now, where it's connecting. That soft spot. Careful that you don't press too hard. So your sternum's connecting here. Now follow the rib cage out. And where it starts separating, the two bones that start separating, that is where the abdominis rectus is following. So and that's where they're connecting. So we want to start from there. Don't touch the soft spot. Okay, we're not going up to the sternum. We're just going up to where the muscles connect. We're just liberating and letting the diaphragm get in a little bit more. Okay, let's go for it. So look up at the ceiling again. Press with the crown of your head to the wall. Push those heels down hard as you can. That's actually your glutes, your hamstrings, your quadriceps, everything. They are activated, and they should be. Flex your feet and press them down as hard as you can. Remember to not lose that hollow in your lower back. So if you have lost it, then just move your hips and it should come back. Alright? Okay, let's breathe in. Full capacity. And drop your jaw. Feel what your rib cage is doing. We want to expand with the rib cage the whole time. And breathe in again. And drop your jaw. Close the airways, relax the abdomen, and open the rib cage. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. Close the airways, relax the abdomen, open the rib cage, and the other side. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And slowly breathe out, super controlled. Close the airways, relax the abdomen, open the rib cage, and this time we're going to pull the rib cage. And breathe out. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you put your elbows in line with your shoulder. So be careful that it doesn't go too high. So we don't want, I'm focusing more on the upper body because we actually, since you're in the beginning, there's a lot of details that we need to keep into account. So I'm going to scoot over every now and then so you can see. So to be very careful that, and these details are important, these postures are very, very specific because they have benefits that only comes from if you do it right. So, but you'll be fine. So be careful that you don't put your arm too high. A lot of people think they should try and open the arm up. What we're not actually trying to open the arm up. You're just trying to face your hands towards each other, and the palms are facing each other, and the elbows going exactly in line with your shoulder. So look at the shoulder, and then put your elbow down, and you'll see immediately if you've gone too high. If you've gone too high, then it's not stretching where it should, and it's not working where it should. So I'm still pressing down with my heels. I still have my feet flexed. And I'm still pushing the crown of my head towards the opposite wall. Now push your shoulders down. Put your elbows down on the floor, palms facing each other, and then the palms opens up without moving your elbows. So careful that your elbows don't move up, because that's the easy way. We don't want that. And the more you press your shoulders to your waist, now I'm activating the scapular area. The more you're pressing down, the harder this is going to be. And a lot of people not going to touch the floor. I can't touch the floor with the back of my hand. If you can touch the floor, you've probably turned up. So try and keep your elbows in the same spot. Open it up. Press your shoulders down hard to your waist, not to the floor, to the waist. And we're going to do the same thing. And breathe in. Hold it for a second. Drop your jaw. Close your airways, relax the abdomen, open the rib cage. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And drop your jaw. Press your shoulders down. Every time you breathe out, press your shoulders to your waist. And breathe in again. And drop your jaw. And let's open the rib cage. And as you breathe out, relax a little bit your arms. Some people will have it very tight. It will strain a lot. If it strains a lot, if you're starting to feel tingling in your fingers, then relax a little bit. We are trying to get the hands down to the floor, but we're not trying to force it. Instead, what I'm going to ask you to do is to do the same thing, but I want you to stretch out as far as you can. So you're actually separating the arms and opening it up. So you're opening the whole scapular area. When you're actually spreading your arms out without moving the elbows up, you can completely see the rotation that's happening in the shoulder. I'm not trying to rotate. I'm actually trying to do that action, right? And by pressing down the shoulders, it opens, and you can feel your biceps pulling, you can feel the forearms pulling. And you can actually feel a little bit in the triceps pulling as it's pulling into the scapula. Okay, let's do a little bit more. So again, repeat. Dig in with the heels, really hard, activating hamstrings, glute, quadriceps. Flex your feet. That's very important. That's key to connecting the diaphragmatic areas, right? Keep that hollow going. Press your shoulders down. Put your elbows horizontally with your shoulders and open up without moving your elbows. I always repeat that, even myself at advanced level. And try and stretch your fingertips to the opposite walls. And you can feel your forearms are going to be like, whoa, okay, yeah, I can feel that. That's when you're doing it right, when you feel that stretch. And then press the crown of your head to the opposite wall. And with all of that action, breathe in as deep as you can. Drop your jaw. Super slow, controlled. Let's go for another one. Breathe in. Feel your chest rise as if you have the book. And drop your jaw. Close the airways. Open the rib cage. And breathe out. Stay that way. Stay stretching. Stay pressing down with the heels. Stay flexing your feet. Stay pressing up. Shoulders pushing down hard to your waist. Activating. Don't move your elbows. I just moved my right elbow now. And then if you do that, start again. Place them again. Stretch out. Press your shoulders down. Breathe in. To your chest, feel it rise. Feel how your lower back actually lifts up a little bit more. Drop your jaw. Super slow. Don't collapse when you breathe out. Stay in that posture. Breathe in again. And drop your jaw. Close the airways. Relax the abdomen. Open the rib cage. And breathe out. Okay, so key to this practice, if you want to repeat it, you're more than welcome to later today. You can relax your feet and your shins are going to be like, ah, a little bit sore. So one of the key points, if you want to practice this again, if you're going to repeat it or you want to watch this and then later on you're going to do it, you will see that I've moved my head, like every now and then I'm moving my head. Why? Because what I'm doing the whole time, every time you breathe in very, very deep, what happens is it's going to pull your head back. It's natural. The diaphragm is so strong that it's going to actually pull your head back, okay, because it's connecting in here. Also, it might pull your chest down. So you want to lift your chest up the whole time, and you want to actually do that action. You want to reach up through the crown of your head, okay? Hi, welcome. If you're joining late, then I would suggest start watching it from the beginning. And if you can't do it now, I don't know if you can do it. I've never tried that while somebody's live, start watching it from the beginning, because the warm-up is really, really very specific. And also we're really getting to the postures. We're digging deep into the postures. This one is a little bit of a challenge if you do it right, especially when you start spreading the arms. So pressing up with the head. The other detail is every time you breathe in as deep as you can, your shoulders will go up a little bit. What I suggest is that you, every time you breathe out, you press them to your hips. That is highly important. These are little teeny tiny little details that's going to make the difference of getting the benefit of what we're doing every day, or just simply doing a vacuum. Doing a simple vacuum, you will still get a little bit of benefit, but not in a week, unless your body is like in desperate need of a change. There were 2 people coming and going the whole time. I could see the number changing, 1 and 2. So if anybody has questions from today's practice, I'm going to be on here for a little while, so you're more than welcome to ask any questions. Or if you have to go, thank you for joining, and I hope you find today's practice will probably, you'd feel more erect, you would feel that you have better posture. And with the book, if you want to keep practicing, so we were practicing in the beginning, putting the book on our chest. If you want to carry on practicing, you're advanced, like Hagar, all you guys, you're advanced level, and you want to keep practicing, keep it on the chest. Actually doing the vacuum and pressing the book up, that is a very good exercise, because you're actually liberating so much more the ribs and the chest area. But if you want to feel the difference between taking it off, this is a pretty heavy book. So it is a good way of practicing. Yeah, I've company today. All right, thank you for joining, and I'll check if there's any questions later on. Please, if you guys are feeling anything different, if you have any questions, just comment them or send me a message. I'd be so happy to answer any questions that you have, if it's because of the practice or maybe what you were doing, sensations you had, stuff you felt. That's important for other people practicing as well. And wish you guys a wonderful day and a week.